I'm starting this right away because I've got someone to dunk on, and that is Arthur Smith. Now, you guys know I like Bijan Robinson, but this is like bad on all accounts for us fantasy players that started Bijan Robinson, for betters, for just the NFL. They're already launching an investigation. He said in the press conference that Bijan was experiencing a headache on Saturday night. He was not on the injury report whatsoever. Nobody knew. I was texting you guys in the third quarter like Bijan doesn't even have a carry. What's going on? And then it comes out that he has a headache. And I'm not going to shit on Bijan because I know that, like, I mean, remember Percy Harvin? Like, migraines can be debilitating. So I don't mean to shit on Bijan Robinson, but they did not put this guy in the game. They gave him one fucking carry in the fourth. Then Arthur Smith is at the press conference and he's like, well, I mean, Bijan wasn't feeling well. I mean, he played. He was in there. No, that's called CYA, covering your ass, because you're fucked in the sense of like, nothing major, but they're going to get a fine, because it even says in the like NFL bylaws that if a player is injured, sick, something like that, to the point of like their role as their normal role will be reduced. But John Robinson, I watch all his games because I'm a fan. His role is not one carry. That is not his role.
Yeah.
It was reduced. And the simple fact, again, it's not a slight towards Bijan Robinson. He should have been on the injury report. He should have been out of that game. They left him there. The sole purpose to leave him in there was to fuck with the other team. Was it Tampa? Was to fuck with Tampa.
Oh yeah, they played Tampa.
And they beat them. They beat Tampa. So maybe it was worth it. But like, and for all the Bijan guys out there like myself, relax. It sucked. It's anger, but it makes me like Bijan more. How many carries did Cordell Patterson have? 14?
Too many.
Right? So Algier and Cordell Patterson, I think, had like 33 carries between them. So like, I'm not like worried about Bijan. I mean, I know his usage isn't great, but like, I'm not mad at him for being the headache. It's Arthur Smith, and that is fucked up. That is somebody trying to be Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick rarely gets caught. Right? So you can't outsmart the greatest. So that's my dunk.
I I totally agree with you. I don't know. I don't understand what the thought process was there. And I understand that one carry was exactly what you said, was a save your ass play to be like, look, he was on the field, but like, I don't know. It was way too shady and just way too weird.
And I saw, when I was watching that game, like I looked at Bajan, like he didn't look good, and then people are joking, like, "Oh, he was partied, he was hungover." Maybe it was okay, but then like that's still an injury, that's an illness. Like that's if it is what it is, like migraines can be debilitating. Thankfully, I don't suffer them. My sister-in-law does. Like she's like in bed when she has them, and I know like Percy Harvin and Dave, you've been in the medical world, you get it. So like it's not a slight to that. It's just, and they never even said migraine. But like, if the guy's sick, he should have been on the thing, and that screws up the NFL. That screws up our fantasy. That screws up betting and parlays. Like fucking like, if you picked Bijan Robinson to have 25 carries and he has one, like, and now
Yeah,
with the embracing of the betting, I can actually see this being a big fine, especially with the embracing of the betting.
yeah, I agree with that. I think it's definitely going to be a fine, especially if he was feeling these symptoms prior to the game and prior to Sunday. Like he should have at least been on. He should have been questionable for Sunday's game, and then that at least would have allowed people to either figure out a replacement for him or not put him in your parlays. I know a lot of betting apps, and I get all the notifications from all the sports books and everything, that a lot of them were voiding the pick of Bijan because he didn't do anything. Um,
That's actually nice.
so it was nice, yeah. So a lot of them, they'll either void the entire bet or they just get rid of that leg and then they give you the odds difference.
And that's crazy because they don't do that if Bijan got hurt in the game. They're doing
Right.
that because that's part of the game. Like the shadiness of the whole situation is what they're covering for. So it's bullshit. But all right, Adam, what are you dunking on?
I got to dunk on the NFL for just burning the image of Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes doing this god-awful touchdown celebration handshake that they did after Kelsey scored this touchdown. Is Taylor Swift great for the NFL? Absolutely, because all these fucking people and all these little teeny, boppers that were never watching football before, they tune in to NFL games now for the chance that Taylor Swift is going to be on TV. Oh my God, is she at the game? What are they going to do? What is this? What is that? But for everybody else, I'm tired of it. I don't know if you guys are tired of it, but it's just I'm over it, and I'm dunking on the NFL. Like, that's their content right now, and it's driving me absolutely bonkers.
Well, you got to understand the football sucks, the referees suck, so like they got to
True. I guess they got to do something.
I'm
Maybe
over
they
it.
should go to the entertainment side of things.
I'm over it to the point of I don't even care. Show her, don't show her, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's where I am.
And that's kind of where I'm at too. Like, great, she's gonna be there, sure, if that's a thing, whatever. But like, I don't need to see these two in their handshake. And it was like a minute-long handshake that they just sat there and they were doing this thing with their hand. I'm like, I gotta get up and get a drink or something.
All right, Dave, what are you dunking on?
I don't want to be this guy, but do you think Mahomes looks up from the field like into the box and like sees T Swift and then like sees Brittany and is like, damn, I fucked up.
I could have just waited.
If I would have just waited till after that contract. All right. Today's gonna be a big day for me, boys.
Here. Sorry.
I know one man especially is gonna be excited about this, and I hate doing this because I love the dude, but I'm dunking on the one and only Mr. Austin Eckler. Bro, I love you, homie. I love you, but I drafted you as a number one in so many leagues, and like I don't even need to say anything. Everybody knows, like we know, I know. Let's just, the past is the past, water under the bridge. But like for the rest of these weeks, fucking get it together, bro.
I'm not gonna say I told you so, and it wasn't anti-Austin Eckler. It was just following the coaching and following what they've done with their money and following what they were doing. And it was like you just made Justin Herbert the great, the richest quarterback in the league until Mahomes beat it, and you just invested a first-round pick in a receiver that you don't use, and Saints Joe thinks is a top 5 receiver. All of a sudden,
I believe it was Burrow who beat Herbert,
and then Mahomes. Mahomes beat Burrow by the next day, but either way, yeah. And like it just was following the trends. Like they're going down the field more, and that's why I was pumped. You guys know my fantasy crushes was Keenan Allen and Justin Herbert, and my Nabra was Austin Eckler because I saw this shift coming, and it's, you know what? I know he was injured, but it's been 7 weeks now, injured or not. The offense is different. This is a different offense, injured or not. So it doesn't mean I don't think Austin Eckler is going to get you 5 points every week. He's going to have another 20-point game. He's going to get you your 12, 13. But Dave, you didn't draft him second overall for 12, 13 points.
No, and I think I'll be the first to say that like I did see this shift coming, and I think if you go back and listen to the episodes, like I did see this shift coming. I just didn't see it being this severe, and I think
this drastic. Yeah, I agree.
And I think the straw that finally broke the camel's back for me was like this week, especially because it's a game where you need Austin Eckler to do what Austin Eckler does, and that's fucking catch 2-yard balls and take them 20 yards down the field. That's what you needed because you were down in that game to KC, and the KCD was playing good against your wide receivers, and you needed Austin Eckler to be that guy. And it's like you're still out there fucking running Josh Kelly while Austin Eckler is sitting there with what he had 1 catch for 2 yards. Like how is that even possible in a game script where he should have had like 8 or 9 targets, even if they're trying to pull back on that scheme? It's like, it's almost like they're making a point now. It's not even so much about winning the game. It's just like they're just making a point of not making Eckler a receiving back.
Josh Kelly's stats for the game: 7 carries, 75 yards, 1 touchdown. So he's not getting the carries. He's just doing a lot more with the carries. But in years past, those would have been Eckler's carries. So I don't really know why they're doing this whole 2-3 running back thing that they always do when they have a guy like Austin Eckler on their roster.
I just think we get enamored as fantasy football players, and we should, with his stats and what he does, and he might not be as good as we think, just because he puts up the stats and the numbers. NFL coaches have never liked him. At least that team, they won't give him a contract, right? Like, they just won't. Nobody's trying to trade for him. So, like, maybe we're just enamored with his stats, and maybe he's not that good. I don't know. Like, maybe that's what it is. I'm trying to shit on the guy. Obviously, the last 2 years, he's put up the numbers for fantasy football. But look what they traded to get Christian McCaffrey. In the fantasy world, we hold him and Christian McCaffrey, almost on the same level, at least the past 2 years. The NFL clearly doesn't, right? Right? So, like, maybe we're not seeing that he's not that good. I don't know. I mean, he was not a high draft pick. He was behind Melvin Gordon. Then Melvin Gordon wanted a big contract. They said, fuck you. They started him for a few years. He got his good years. Now he wants a contract. They're saying, fuck you. And what happened when Melvin Gordon left? He was mid. So, like, maybe we're just blinded by it. So I don't know. And we just saw it coming. So yeah, to get dunked on, Austin Eckler.
Sorry, buddy. I love you, but like less Twitch, more practice. So let's figure this shit out.
Maybe that's it. Well, let's keep moving because this is actually a long episode.
Time for a victory lap.
And I'm